Myself, Cam Rupnavar from Tuzaram Chaturchanda College, Baramati. And today we are going to learn a new topic from paper CHF 5304 Analytical Spectroscopy, and the fourth chapter heading is Chemiluminescence. Today's topic name is electrochemiluminescence or electroluminescence. Here I have written what is meant by electrochemiluminescence. This differ from chemiluminescence that the reactive species that produce reaction are electrochemically generated from the stable precursors at the surface of a electrode. That means the reactive species is produced electrochemically from the stable precursors on the surface of a electrode, and this is slightly different from chemiluminescence. Successful system is this. Here the chemiluminescent properties of ruthenium complex when they encounter free radicals. Here is the diagram or the basic principle of the chemiluminescence. This diagram is not well visible here, so that we will learn this in the further topic. Here is the principle of electrochemiluminescence. As you know that the antigen and antibody complex. Here I have written one sentence. The antigen biotinylated monoclonal antibody labeled with ruthenium complex form a sandwich complex. Means antigen and antibody complex formation occurs there, but from that the monoclonal antibody which is taken as a labeled compound, and this is labeled with ruthenium complex, and it forms a sandwich like structure. Means there is a complex formation. As earlier we know that the Michaelis-Menten catalysis, in which enzyme is there and substrate is there, and when enzyme binds with the substrate there is a formation of a complex like this patch. Means there is a packing of these two bodies, antigen and antibody, and that's why the sandwich like complex is formed. Means antigen binds with the antibody and antibody is labeled with the ruthenium complex. After addition of streptavidin coated microparticles, the complex becomes bound to solid phase via interaction of biotin and streptavidin. Means when we add the streptavidin coated microparticles, this complex becomes bound to a solid phase via interaction of biotin and the streptavidin. Means simply the complex formation occurs there. Initially sandwich like complex formed there, but to tightly bound this complex, this streptavidin is added externally, and due to that the streptavidin and the biotin interacts, and there is a formation of a solid like structure. Microparticles are magnetically captured onto the surface of the electrode. Means these microparticles, streptavidin microparticles, are magnetically captured on the surface of the electrode, and application of a voltage to the electrode induces the chemiluminescent emission, which is measured by a photomultiplier detector. Here obviously electrochemistry is there. Electrochemiluminescence means there are two electrodes. One electrode act as anode, second act as a cathode, and there is a applied potential, and there is a difference between the potential of these two electrode, that's why we can measure the electromotive force. That means due to application of a voltage to the electrode, it induces the chemiluminescent emission, which is measured by the detector photomultiplier tube. Means overall principle is initially antibody is taken. Antibody means what? The biotinylated monoclonal antibody. Antigen and antibody complex formation occurs there, and the antibody is the labeled with the ruthenium complex, and there is a sandwich like complex is formed. As you know, the bread sandwich means there is a binding of these two layers, but this binding is not compact. To bind these two layers externally, the microparticles of streptavidin are added to this sandwich like complex. Due to addition of streptavidin, the complex becomes stronger and the tightly bound, and there is the interaction of the biotin and the streptavidin occurs, and these microparticles are magnetically captured on the surface of the electrode, and when there is a voltage applied to the electrode, this induces the chemiluminescent emission, and this chemiluminescence measured on the photomultiplier tube. This is the principle of a electrochemiluminescence. Again, this is the diagram of a principle. Here antibody which is labeled with the ruthenium, this is the antibody which is labeled with the ruthenium, and this is the reaction written here for the electrophotoluminescence or electrochemiluminescence. Means here is the ruthenium initially taken, ruthenium 2 plus which is initially taken, it loses one electron, there is a formation of ruthenium 3 plus. Again this ruthenium takes one electron, there is a formation of ruthenium 2 plus, and this one is the excited state. This is a ground state and this one is the excited state, and excited state ruthenium 2 plus, when comes to the ground state there is emission of a photon, and this photon is the chemiluminescent photon. This is the further reaction of the ruthenium, and when the TPA is taken, TPA means what? Tripropylamine. This tripropylamine, here is the tripropylamine and this is the oxidation state. Here TPA get converted into TPA plus when there is a one electron lost by the TPA. Then there is a formation of the TPA, and the one electron lost by TPA, it will be absorbed by ruthenium 3 plus, and there is a formation of the ruthenium 2 plus. Means simply ruthenium 2 plus and TPA complex formation occurs there. That means ruthenium 2 plus is formed after absorption of one electron by ruthenium 3 plus, and this is the redox couple reaction, and from this reaction means see here is the TPA and here is the TPA plus forms after emission of the one electron. This electron is absorbed by the ruthenium 3 plus and there is a formation of ruthenium 2 plus, and then photon is emitted. Means first cycle is this one and second cycle starts from this way, and due to that ruthenium complex and the TPA forms a redox coupled reaction, and from this there is a emission of a light, and this is called as a electrochemiluminescence. Again, this is the reaction of the same equation or the same reaction is written here and this slide. Means simply here is the TPA, from this TPA there is a TPA plus formation, one electron is lost. Then this is a further reaction, here is the TPA plus, and the reaction starts here. Then TPA and the ruthenium complex formation occurs here, means redox coupled reaction is this one, and from this reaction there is a emission of light which is called as a chemiluminescence. Means simply ruthenium complex and the TPA forms the redox coupled reaction here. This is the first cycle, second one is a second cycle. Here is the TPA and here is the ruthenium. Means ruthenium 3 plus absorbs 1 electron from TPA, and there is a formation of the ruthenium 2 plus. This ruthenium 2 plus forms the bond with TPA, and when this redox coupled reaction occurs, at that time light is emitted, and this light emitted is called as a chemiluminescent light. Again, about the electrochemiluminescence principle, ruthenium complex can be attached to, means ruthenium complex can attach to various compounds like the proteins, nucleic acids, ligands, or variety of IA formats. Here is the instrumentation of the chemiluminescence. The luminometers are the instrument which is useful for the measurement of the chemiluminescence and the electrochemiluminescence. The parts, as earlier we have seen, the chemiluminescent apparatus same as the chemiluminescent apparatus, the instrument is useful for the electrochemiluminescence. But here is a need of electrodes. Sample cell, again it is housed in a light tight chamber. Then the injector system, it is used to add reagent to the sample cell. Then detector is the photomultiplier tube, and the for ECLIA means electrochemiluminescence analysis. The electrode is incorporated in the reaction vessel, means simply electrodes are dipped into the reaction cell. Means sample cell means the tubes like cords, and the injector system is there from which we can inject the solution or the sample or the gas into the system, and the detector is again explained by me in the earlier lecture, photomultiplier tube, and the electrodes are incorporated in a reaction vessel. This is the basic requirement for the instrumentation of the electrochemiluminescence. This is the diagram of instrumentation. See here, some parts are here. This is a sample tube. Here is a valve, cleaning solution. This is a TPA solution. Here is the magnet. Here is the optical fiber bundle, photomultiplier tube, reference electrodes, electrochemical workstation, control valve, waste fluid bottle, syringe pump, and the computer. See, initially sample is injected here. This is a syringe pump. Sample moves to the electrochemical workstation. Here is the control valve, from which here is the waste material can be discarded from this valve, and or from this bottle the waste water can be collected. Here electrochemical workstation, from this solution comes to the reference electrode, and this is the reference electrode which is kept here, and here is the magnet. Sample comes in contact with the electromagnetic radiations or the electromagnetic force is there. Here is the photomultiplier tube, and the TPA is kept here. Means simply sample contains ruthenium or the, as said, the antibody and the antigens. Antigen and antibody forms the complex, or the ruthenium complex is there, ruthenium 2 plus. When TPA solution is here, and here is the ruthenium 2 plus solution, here is the TPA solution. Ruthenium and TPA forms the complex, and there is the emission of a light, and emission of light occurs, that light passes to the photomultiplier tube, and photomultiplier tube detects the signal, and this signal is transferred to the computer, means computer is a readout device. Here is the reference electrode, and the counter electrodes are there, or the working electrodes are there. Means simply we have to inject sample into the system. This sample goes to the detecting device there, or the reaction of the ruthenium 2 plus and TPA occurs initially, and from this reaction TPA gives one electron to the ruthenium 3 plus. There is the formation of ruthenium 2 plus. This ruthenium 2 plus forms the complex with the TPA, and when there is a complex formation, at that time the some amount of light is emitted. Emitted light is measured on the photomultiplier tube, and photomultiplier tube detects the signal, and the signal is recorded on the recorder device, and machine is the computer controlled machine. Here is the application of the electrochemiluminescence. Electrochemiluminescence can be used in the immunoassay and the nucleic acid assay. And why electrochemiluminescence is there? Because the chemiluminescence analysis is the rapid analysis, wide measuring range, and it is a controlled reaction. Precision and sensitivity is more, and low sample solution is required for the analysis. Means these are the advantages of the electrochemiluminescence. Again I will repeat it. The electrochemiluminescence analysis is the faster or the rapid analysis method. Then it is a computer control system, or the control reactions are there. Then the precision and sensitivity is greater. Sample volume required for the analysis is very less, and it measures wide range of the samples. These are the again few applications. Chemiluminescence method is the ultra sensitive, wide dynamic range, automated IA, and IA means immunoassay, and DNA probe assay systems can be analyzed on these machines. Then alkaline phosphate labels, then enhanced luminol reaction for horseradish peroxide labels. These are the applications. Again this is a reaction of the TPA with the antigen and the antibody. This one yellow is the antigen, and this is a biotin, and this one is the electrochemiluminescence, which is observed after the redox coupling of the ruthenium with the TPA. See here, initially antigen is there, and this one is the antibody. Antigen and antibody forms the complex, and at that time this one is the antibody, this is a antigen, and this one is the antibody. Purple color is used for the antibody, biotin, and this is a antigen. There is a complex formation, and or the sandwich structure is here. When the streptavidin is added into the system, and streptavidin are the microparticles, this bond becomes stronger, or the complex binding becomes stronger. And when this, for example, this one is a ruthenium, and ruthenium forms complex with the TPA. At that time, when there is a redox coupling of the ruthenium by pyridine 3 and charges 2 plus, this when joins with TPA, there is a formation of a electrochemiluminescence. And again, few applications in vitro diagnostics testings. The chemiluminescence is useful for the diagnosis of thyroid, hormones, anemia, tumor markers, cardiac markers, bone markers, infectious diseases, and so many applications are there.